Cool, we're
Hey
live.
everybody, I want to welcome you all out to the Q&A webinar for June 2nd. Hope everyone's doing well. If you were in Vegas, hope you got rested up and you're implementing everything you learned. We're going to have a good webinar today. Adam's going to go over a few of the things that we talked about at the event, a few cool things that are going to be really good for everybody. Go ahead and start queuing up your questions in the chat box, and so that way we can go ahead and get to those. Just remember there is a slight delay, 30 to 45 seconds. So go ahead and get those queued up now, and after Adam's done, we'll go ahead and get to your questions.
Thanks, Mark. Hey, everyone. Just wanted to first start off with, it was awesome meeting a lot of you guys in Vegas. So putting a face to the name, which is really cool, getting to meet a lot of you. And for today's little starter session, I'm not going to show any new features. What I want to cover is some of the announcements we made at Funnel Hacking Live. Not everyone who attends this is going to have immediate access to all the features that we announced at Funnel Hacking Live, but I want to show you what's coming, kind of give you a timeline as to when it'll be available for everyone. So the first thing I want to cover is we've actually become an official sponsor for a charity called World Teacher Aid. And let me share my screen so that way you can see that charity. So it's worldteacheraid.org. And what they do is they build schools in Africa to educate. It's not just about feeding the hungry. They educate communities so that way they can feed themselves, which is really, really cool. And so now every time you click Add New Funnel right here, every time you create a funnel, we will donate $1 to World Teacher Aid. And also, while at the event, ClickFunnels donated $12,500, which is how much it costs to build a school in Africa for this whole thing, for the World Teacher Aid. So we donated $12,500, and then everyone at the event donated enough money to build. We received from the event attendees $25,000 to build 2 more schools. So that's 3 schools that came out of the event, which is just amazing. So thank you everyone who was there, especially everyone who donated. So you guys are awesome. The other 2 major announcements that we have made, which I don't really need to show my screen for that because it's not live yet for everyone. The first people who are going to be getting access to what's called Backpack, which is our affiliate program, not the ClickFunnels affiliate program, but it makes it so you can manage your own affiliates for your own funnels and have JV partners and build out affiliate areas with links and affiliate stats and stuff like that. That was announced at Funnel Hacking Live. And the first people we're going to get access to, they're going to get beta access to it, is all the people at the event, and they should be getting access to it. As long as everything goes well, we should be rolling that out to the event attendees this week, by the end of the week. We found a couple minor bugs and stuff, so we want to get that fixed before we put it live for all the event attendees, but that should be happening very soon. And then once you roll through maybe a week or 2, have those beta users find any bugs that we couldn't think to check for, get those fixed, then we'll be rolling it out live to everyone. The other feature that was announced there that people like, we had cheering in the audience, and it's amazing because I'm still blown away by what it can do, and that's called Actionetics. And we've had a lot of people say, hey, can you put an autoresponder, can we broadcast to our email list right from within ClickFunnels? And we said yes. So that feature is called Actionetics. It'll be coming live. That's probably about 2 months out. And again, the event attendees will get access to it first. We're actually rolling it to our internal team for live testing internally at ClickFunnels in the next 2 weeks or so. And then from there, it'll probably take about 2 weeks to knock out any bugs that we find during that to roll out to beta users. And then probably another about a month of beta testing for that because it's very advanced. But how that's going to work is, not only is it a autoresponder, but it's kind of a smart autoresponder in that Infusionsoft, ActiveCampaign, there's a lot of things that have tagging out there. Well, this will actually detect, it keeps a log of everything they bought, everything that every page that they visited, so you can distinguish your broadcast emails based on that. But also you can we actually have it so as soon as they opt into an email, opt into your email list and stuff, it actually our Actionetics will search the internet for any information around that email address right inside of ClickFunnels. So it'll show their Twitter, how many Twitter followers they have, how many Facebook likes they have, Instagram, Foursquare, all that. So it brings in all that social data. So that way you can have, like, so say you get someone with 8,000 Twitter followers, that's pretty good, as long as so what you would want to do as the business owners, you could reach out to them on a personal level and say, hey, I see you're doing this and you're doing great. Thank you very much for opting in. Anything I can do for you, and eventually lead them into either be a JV of yours or higher upsells and things like that. So those were some of the announcements that were at the event, and now let's go ahead and get into questions. Mark's muted.
All right. So the first question is from Brandon, and he's asking, is there a way to add subscribers in bulk? I'm transitioning an existing membership site to a ClickFunnels membership site, but with 900 plus members, I'd rather not add each member manually. So right now, there isn't a way for you to actually import your contacts into ClickFunnels and give them a membership. But what can be done is, I'm going to show you here, and this is what I would recommend doing. So in your membership area, you have a secret thank you page URL, and then you have your login URL. If you send this URL to everyone in your current membership area or your current membership site, it will give them the ability to register for your new membership site. They'll be able to create their own username, or they'll actually use just their email address and set their password, but it will give them access. The only issue there is that if you have product restrictions set on these lessons, it won't add the product to their membership. You would actually have to go in and do that manually. So that's the way that currently works right there. Let's go to the next question here.
Okay, I see Tony's asking, they mentioned donation for a video for those who couldn't go. How do we get the video? We actually haven't fully made that announcement. We're still trying to work out the exact details, unless you've heard anything different. Mark, have you heard anything how the donation for the recordings of the event is going to go?
I have not heard that at all, actually. It's probably a good question.
Yeah, we'll make a big announcement to all our ClickFunnels users within the next week at the latest. It's just we went from a video to coming home, and there's still work to do. So we'll figure out the donations for the videos very soon.
All right. The next question is from David, and he's asking, how can you add forms like Wufoo to different pages? So that's actually a pretty easy add. I don't have a Wufoo account up right now, but I'll go into the sales page. What you would need to do is when in your Wufoo account, you would get the embed code and get the HTML or JavaScript. I'm not sure exactly which one they give you, but the easiest way is HTML if they have that. And then you would just need to add an element, and you would scroll all the way down to the bottom here, click on Custom HTML, click Add to Page, and here's the custom HTML element. You click on that, and then you would just delete all this, and then paste in your HTML here. So whatever HTML they give you, you would just paste that in here, and then your content would display on the page. So I hope that answers your question. If they do give you JavaScript, you may actually need to. I would actually have to take a look at the code to understand it, because sometimes when there's HTML and JavaScript mixed, you actually have to use the JavaScript element, which is this one as well, and place the script in the JavaScript element, and then you would add the HTML to the HTML element. So if you have any other questions about that, I would recommend submitting a support ticket so that we could actually take a look at it and help you out even further.
Okay, so I've got Don asking, with Backpack CRM today, how can I get to see the full details of who signs up? Currently, I only see the email address, which is little use when they use addresses like smb@yahoo.com. That's a great question, Don. Unfortunately, Backpack is still in development, so right now, what you can see is all you can see. We're going to be improving that over time, and especially with our ClickFunnels certification that we announced at Funnel Hacking Live. I forgot to mention that. We actually announced that at the event, and I think I saw another question in the list asking about the certification. So once we get to that question, I'll tell you more about that. But right now, you can't see much with Backpack CRM, so we'll work on that though. And I think I skipped Tony's question. Sorry about that.
Yeah, Tony's asking, will Actionetics be able to replace Infusionsoft? And I think Adam knows a little bit more about Actionetics than I do, so I'm going to let him handle that one.
Yeah, for the majority of people, I think Actionetics will be able to replace Infusionsoft. We're going for about 80% of the power of Infusionsoft, with a couple of our own features that Infusionsoft does, like they just don't do, but 110% easier than Infusionsoft to use. That's what we're going for. So there's going to be certain things that Infusionsoft can do that we can't do, and that's fine. We don't want to do those things. They will always have a place. But at the same time, for the majority of our customers, we want to make it easy for Actionetics to be everything they need. We want ClickFunnels to be, at least for people getting started, everything you need, and you can grow from there to go, okay, so I've grown to this point, I want to use Infusionsoft, or I want to use Entreport, or one of those more advanced email marketing platforms.
All right. The next question is from Carla. She's asking, we are in Canada and have to add in different GST, HST for each province. Do you know if Stripe will handle this? So that's a really good question. I've dealt with GST and HST, and it can get complicated with the different rates they have across, for each province. But it's actually ClickFunnels doesn't process tax at all unless you're using Taxamo, but that would be only for the EU VAT tax. So it's not set up for processing sales tax in the US or GST, HST in Canada or anywhere else. So right now, there isn't a way to process that unless you were using a third-party order form that is set up to process that tax. Anything to add to that, Adam?
That sounds right, actually. So yeah, we don't fully support taxing yet. As we improve our e-commerce capabilities, we'll be adding some of those functions in down the road.
All right. The next question is from Roy. He's asking, any update on the marketplace or consulting certification?
Yes, and that was some of the other announcements we had at the Funnel Hacking Live event. We showed off some screenshots of kind of what the marketplace is going to look like and how it'll work. But that is actually, I can't remember if they set a date or anything like that, but that's a bit of ways. But before we even make the marketplace live, we're going to make it so you can save pages and funnels as templates. So that way you can say, okay, create funnel based on this template, or create add new page based on a template that you've built. So that way it'll make it so you can build out your own funnels faster. And for the consulting certification, we did announce that there. I think we sold out at the event. They'll be making like the second training course for that. They'll be announcing that. I think next week is when Russell's going to hold a webinar on that, and it's going to be an amazing training course where you will learn not only everything within ClickFunnels, you'll learn how to integrate with Infusionsoft, Entreport, all of those really complex integrations. You'll also learn copywriting, and you'll learn conversion management, as well as how to get good clients. So we're really excited to put out that course, and our first training tentatively is August 17th for that. But again, watch for a webinar from Russell, and he'll have a whole webinar about everything you get with it and what all it involves.
All right. The next question is from Julie. She says, hi, Adam. When I upload my videos from Wistia, they have black bars on the sides. Any ideas?
I don't know. That's really weird. Like, when you upload them into Wistia, are you putting them at the 16:9 format or 4:3 or like what? It would really depend on the format, and then I think that would actually be more of a support ticket type issue because I can't take a look at it from here while we're doing this webinar. So you'd have to put a support ticket in, and we can see what's going on with that.
Yeah, that really just sounds like the aspect ratio being used. Because I've actually noticed that with YouTube videos as well. When you embed them, if the video, and it could also be when the video is created, if the aspect ratio is different from the player. So that's kind of what that sounds like there. The next question is from Peter, and he's asking, is there a way to change and customize the from address on the autoresponders for different funnels? So I'm going to go ahead and show you my screen here and go to the SMTP settings and show you. And well, the short answer to that is actually no. You can only have one from address right now with your account. So whatever email address you set up in your SMTP settings, that is where all the transactional emails for your account would come from.
Yes, and closer to the Actionetics release, we will be making it so you can set a from address on a per funnel basis or per domain basis. We're not sure how we want to do that exactly yet, but we'll be making some features around that soon.
All right, the next question is also from Peter, and he's asking, can you add hidden form fields to opt-in forms?
Technically, yes, but they won't always transmit to whatever autoresponder service you're using. It really depends on the autoresponder service. We have an article in our support documentation that shows here's all the form fields that transmit to your autoresponder service. So you can add those fields, but they may or may not work, and it is up to you to test that. So right now it is unsupported, but it is possible.
All right, the next question is from Tony, and he's asking, I'm having problems with membership site and restrictions. People have to have multiple logins. Will this be improved? How long?
So that sounds more of a support question, honestly, because unless like if he has multiple membership areas, then yeah, that would make sense that he has multiple logins and stuff. But if everything's in one membership area, then they shouldn't have to have multiple logins.
Yeah, so if I've seen, I've seen where people have different membership areas, and then by going into one membership area, it grants you access to another membership area, and that each membership area has its own login. So there isn't a way to have a master login for multiple membership areas.
Yeah.
The next question is from Tony also. He's asking, will Actionetics have a CRM?
Yes, it will. It'll have a really awesome CRM built in where it tracks, like you'll be able to see what pages they've visited, how long they stayed on each page. All that information will be in there, and it will not only fill with the information they put into your forms, but it will also scour the internet based on the information that's already in there to add more information to the CRM based on what we can find.
All right, next question is from Don, and he's asking what the ETA on Actionetics is.
2 months plus.
So yeah, it's still a little ways out. The next big release is going to be the beta for Backpack, and then Backpack itself, and being released to everyone, and then after that, Actionetics would be the next big one. Amit is asking, what level of membership would we need to be at to use Backpack, CRM, and Actionetics? Are there any additional charges? And I know that is actually that's still being discussed. And
well, Backpack will be available to everyone at the startup level and above. So as long as you have our startup level with all our features, Backpack's going to be included. Actionetics is still being worked out as to how it's going to work because we actually scour the internet to find the information for each contact that goes in. There's a hard cost to us for every contact that you add. So we're going to be figuring that out, and it's going to be a lot lower than what most of the CRMs are out there for the lists and stuff. But it will be dynamic based on the number of contacts in your account.
All right. The next question is from Brandon, and he's asking, can we use ClickFunnels with clients? In other words, they pay us to create funnels for them using our own account. And the answer to that is yes. That's what Adam talked about a little bit earlier about the certification program. That would actually enable, that would open that up a lot more.
Yes.
To where you could actually manage client accounts.
Yeah, they will still need to have their own account to accept payments and everything. But as far as building them, and actually what I do currently for some of my own clients on the side every once in a while, is I will build the funnel in my own account. We do all the testing, make sure they're happy, and then I use the share funnel link to let them have it in their own account. So that way they can accept payments through their payment processor and not mine.
Yeah, so that's probably the best way to do it. So that way, you can build it out and test it. And then once it's in their account, you would just have to make sure all their email integrations and payment integrations and products and everything are set up. So that's something that you can do right now for your own clients when the certification becomes available. And if for those who choose to do that, it will just make the process a little bit easier to manage those accounts. Roy has a question. Any plans to have a public support sharing forum with different subject areas instead of the Facebook group? Would be so much easier to navigate and communicate.
Plans? No. We're open to feedback though, but right now Facebook works for us. It works for a lot of people. Running a open forum is actually a very heavy there's a huge time commitment to it if you're the owner, if it's actually a busy forum. So we aren't going to do that right now. We're going to keep everything on Facebook, and we'll consider that in the future, though.
All right. The next question is from Jermaine. Are there any plans to further develop the survey element, input fields for customers to fill in answers, etc.?
Yes, there. I actually was talking with Dylan, who's the designer of the survey element, and we've got some very big plans for it. That's all I can say for now. Top secret.
All right. Another follow-up question from Jermaine. Any update on having multiple Stripe accounts in your ClickFunnels account?
It is coming. We're just not sure if we're going to have a charge for it, or if it'll be okay. You can have this many at this level, this many at this level, and so on. So it is coming. We're still working on that out, and we're also working out bugs with it too.
All right. The next question is from Anne, and she's asking, how do you view tracking results within a funnel? So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. And I'm guessing that, and you're referring to just the various stats and things like that. So we recently just updated the stats right here on the top. So this is actually your average conversion rate for your whole funnel, your total impressions for your funnel, and your total contacts for the funnel. So you can see an overview for your entire funnel up here at the top. The other stats are down here. You have the number of page views, and these are unique page views. Each visitor gets cookied when they view the page, and so it would, if they came back to the same page, within 12 hours, I believe it is, then it wouldn't count as another page view. And then the conversion rate, at which this page is converting, and then the total number of opt-ins. And then down here, you have a snapshot, a week-long snapshot of your stats. So you can see the green is the number of conversions, and the blue is the number of visitors to the page. And then each page actually has a different type of stat. So it's important when you create pages, you pay attention to the page type that you're using, because as you can see, a thank you page doesn't have opt-ins, because there's no reason for someone to opt in on a thank you page. That's what the opt-in page is for. So the next visitors is stat based on if somebody clicks through to the page following the thank you page. And that would be tracked by using the next URL tag I'll go ahead and open that up so you can see what I'm talking about exactly there. When you have a button here, in order to track the next page visitors, you would actually have to use this next URL tag here, the hashtag next-URL hashtag. And that's how those next visitors would be tracked. And that's what your conversion rate is based on. It's based on the total number of visitors and the total number of next visitors. So, and then you have your order forms, and conversions are based on orders and various things like that. So that's where all your stats are located for each funnel. So your overall funnel stats and then your page stats. The next question is from Don, and he's asking, will the Actionetics CRM also handle orders and invoices?
Yes, it will. The CRM that's in Actionetics for all of ClickFunnels will actually enable a unified search through your entire ClickFunnels account to find every unique email address / contact, and then you'll be able to see all their orders, all their current memberships, recurring payments, and all the pages they viewed and all that stuff. So it'll handle everything. It's going to be awesome.
All right. The next question is from Tony, and he said, did you mention the cost for the consulting certification in August?
No, that will be revealed on the announcement webinar that Russell does.
All right. Next question is from Josh. He says, newbie question, can you help me understand where Infusionsoft campaign ends and ClickFunnels campaign might begin? I realize that might be a very loaded question.
No, that's actually a great question. And basically, Infusionsoft would be the email side. ClickFunnels would be the front end to get people into your Infusionsoft campaign. So Infusionsoft is all about automating follow-up, whether it's phone calls, emails, postcards, whatever you integrate with Infusionsoft. That's what they handle. We're about the front end to get people into that machine, basically. So people opt in, people buy. You can add them to different parts of the campaign builder in Infusionsoft, and then trigger whatever sequence you want from there. So we're the front end to Infusionsoft's back end, and then later on, Actionetics will replace Infusionsoft for a lot of people.
All right, we have Don yelling at us that he wants Actionetics now. The next question is from Luis. And he says, I'm trying to add a survey monkey via HTML element. I added it, and all I get instead of the survey is create your own feedback survey. What am I doing wrong? I've done this a few times myself. The code from SurveyMonkey is a little funky. What I would recommend doing, Luis, is actually submitting a support ticket on this, just because it's something that one of the support staff really just would have to look at the code that you're using and the settings in SurveyMonkey. So if you send in a support ticket, send in your SurveyMonkey login information within the ticket. Let us know the name of the page and the funnel, and we can get right on it. That's just a tip for anybody that's on this webinar, that whenever you send a support ticket, if you have a question about your autoresponder or something not integrating, if you just send us the login information for your autoresponder, we can get in there, check the settings, and probably get it knocked out in the first response, instead of responding back and saying, hey, I need your login information, things like that. So just kind of a little pro tip there: when you're submitting a ticket to support, send us any information that might be relevant to what's going on, and it actually helps speed up the process for us in helping you. Next question is from Don, and he says, how do I change the ClickFunnels icon that shows in URL address bar next to my own icon? So that's the favicon or favicon, whatever you want to call that. And there's actually a support article in our support desk about that. If you search favicon, F-A-V-I-C-O-N, and from my understanding, though, is that Google Chrome does not support the method we have in that article. Right, Adam?
Yeah, I don't. I know there's some issues with it, but that support article covers everything as far as how to make it happen, if it is even possible.
Yeah, so that's the best resource there, is to go into the support.clickfunnels.com, search for the articles, and you could just search favicon, and it would pull up that article.
Yes.
Amit is asking, can we expect better membership site capabilities like changing templates, sophisticated content blocking, better membership management, something like optimized press, wishlist member, or Kajabi?
Are we working on better membership site capabilities? Yes. Are we going to try to compete with wishlist member, Kajabi, or any of those other dedicated, all they are is a membership solution? No. Just because we're a funnel building platform that happens to have some membership capabilities. So we want to make it easy if that's all you need. Eventually, we're going to make it so you can integrate with more membership sites and things like that. But for now, we are working on making better templates for it. I don't know what you mean by sophisticated content locking, because basically the content locking is completely based on what products they buy. We are looking at adding functionality such as you have to answer a quiz and you have to get a certain percentage on the quiz in order to move to the next step. We're looking at some of those things, but that's a good ways down the road before we get to those things.
And it looks like that was actually the last question.
Cool. Maybe we can end early.
There is a little bit of a delay, so we'll wait here. If we didn't get to your question, let us know. Start yelling at us in all caps, and we can get to your question. If you do have any other questions, please let us know. We'll wait, a few seconds here for the delay. But other than that,
and in the meantime, start going and clicking the add new funnel and creating more funnels, so that way we can keep donating more money to World Tea Trade. So that's I really like that we're doing that. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool. I mean, it was exciting to see at the event. Just all that they were able to do and accomplish with that, and just at that event alone. So it's a great organization, and I mean, it's all you have to do is build funnels. Just use the system, and it works. Don says, Adam, your walls are painted the same as mine. I feel right at home.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we did get another question here from Paul. Follow up to Amit's question. Can you just set up a funnel that ends at wishlist, DAP, etc.? And yes, you can.
Yes, you definitely can. And that's actually what I tell most people to do, is because I think DAP and wishlist both have like secret URLs where you can click on it and then register. So what you can do is on your thank you page in ClickFunnels, it just has a link, click here to register. They click that, and then they can go register for the members area. So that's the easiest way to do it. We also have an undocumented feature that is not supported, but if you are a web developer or can hire a web developer, we have this thing called webhooks that we have. If you send a support ticket asking about webhooks, we'll let you know, here's how your web developer can document it for your own things. But it is a highly advanced feature, and we don't offer support for it, but it's there.
Looks like we're getting a couple other questions here. Peter, he's asking, can we build our own membership template? And yes, you can. I'm going to actually share my page with you here, so that way you can see. Now, here's I just want to show you the basic content that you would need to have in order for your membership site to function properly. So as you can see, I'm creating a brand new page here. You're going to want to choose membership area, and you would need to make sure that you have a membership access page as well. So here's all the templates that are available for the membership area. You can click on any one of these. It doesn't really matter, because what you're going to do is delete everything. Let's go ahead and open this in the editor. And so just going through really quick to show you the vital content of a membership area. One, the membership content element. If you do not have this, no content will display. I can't tell you the number of times I've gotten a support ticket from somebody saying, the lessons won't show up on my membership area. Something's broken. And I go in and I check, and this element right here has been removed. So if you send in a support ticket and that's the case, I will help you out gladly, but I will make fun of you behind your back. So please don't do that. And now you know. The other essential element is this right here, the membership navigation. And these are dynamic elements. So this is going to update based on the lessons that you have in your membership lessons. You won't see those updates here in this membership area page in the editor, but they will update when you go into your page. The other is the membership search function. Now, this actually isn't vital to the operation of your membership area, but it is helpful for your members so that they can search for specific lessons. So if you wanted to come in here and just create your own membership area. Oh, the other thing I wanted to show you is actually the navigation here. These navigation links, there's a logout link, and it's just /members/sign_out. So you just want to make sure that you use this as well to give your members an opportunity to log out. But anyway, what you would do is just come in here, open up sections, and just click delete, 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 delete. And now you have a brand new blank page. Just add a new section, add a new row, whatever you want, and you can stylize it from there. I mean, just like I said, add those essential elements, and you should be good to go. And you can create. I've actually seen some very, very nice looking membership areas that look amazing. They look like they don't even look like a membership area. They're just really great looking. So it's definitely possible to do that. Next question is from Amit. When can we expect a template marketplace?
That we don't have ECA on that, but it is under heavy work. So it'll be out as soon as we can get it out.
All right. And the last question here from Paul. Should I get DApp developers to contact you about webhooks? Not necessarily.
You're welcome. I think I've actually already been in contact with them, and I gave them all the information on how to connect with it. I can't remember if it was Wishlist or Digital Access Pass. One of those two, we gave information to them about 3 or 4 months ago, and we haven't heard back since then. So I don't know what their plans are with it. But I mean, they got busy businesses as well. So, but yeah. But at least one of those has it, and I think it was Digital Access Pass. But like I said, again, we haven't heard from them, so you can ask them, hey, what's the status? And we'll help them however we can, but at the same time, we can't develop other people's platform for them. We're a very small team here at ClickFunnels.
All right. I just want to thank everyone for coming out. Oh, actually, looks like we got another question here. I was about to end it, but any examples of those amazing membership areas that you can show? Not really, because that is proprietary content that is the owner's content, so it's not really something we can show here. What I would recommend, Jermaine, is actually just reaching out into the Facebook group and see if anybody's willing to share examples of their membership areas.
Any successful ones, go funnel hack it.
yeah. So I know a lot of people are really willing to share in that Facebook group. There's a lot of great people with a lot of great info. There's a few guys that are actually they're hacking away at ClickFunnels and customizing and doing their own kind of thing and posting that kind of stuff, their own add-ons. So if you see anything like that, it isn't necessarily supported hack for ClickFunnels. It may cause problems, but it may work for you as well. So there's a few in that group for membership areas as well that to change the menus and the navigation and things like that. But yeah, that's what I would recommend doing there. But that's about all that we have for today. We want to thank you guys for coming out. This is a great opportunity for us to be able to share our knowledge. We love talking about this stuff, and it keeps us on our toes because none of this is scripted, and we don't know what you guys are going to ask. So if you have any other questions, please contact us. Submit a ticket. We're always available to help. We have a global support staff, so we usually have someone who is available. And we try to get back to all of our tickets under under 12 hours at the very most.
Yes.
And so, I mean, for us, if it hits, even getting close to 8 hours, that's a red flag. We want to make sure we get back to you as soon as possible. So please reach out. There's the live chat option and support as well that you can contact us. If no one's available there in live chat, they may be helping someone else. So go ahead and submit a support ticket. But once again, thanks, and have a great day.
Yeah, have a good one, guys. See you next week.